Yes, I'm bringing back the old suit. It's reliable. I like how it feels. It's real comfy. Oh, what's that? Yep, it's a mic. I got a mic now. So you don't hear any background noises. You do hear the rustling of my clothes, but hey, at least that's all you hear. You don't hear any dishes, nothing. You just hear my beautiful voice in Dolby Cinema. If you have that in your house. Hopefully you do. Otherwise, that'll make your video watching less fun. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. This is one of my favorite Mission Impossible movies. Not the best, but one of my favorite. This was when the TV spots were coming out. This is when I was getting interested into the franchise, but unfortunately, I did not see this in a movie theater. This is such a fantastic movie, and it's like in the middle of everything. Like 2011, that was when Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol changed everyone's view of Mission Impossible, and then Fallout, which is what I remember the most, changing the game for the Mission Impossible franchise, and we'll talk about that next week. But this is kind of like the middle child. People like and talk about this. At the time, this was called the best Mission Impossible ever. Each movie was better than the original, and that's crazy. When you're running on the steam of the fourth movie, you expect it to get worse. I mean, just ask the Fast and Furious franchise. But no, this didn't slow them down. Unfortunately, watched this while I was doing finals, so my memory is a little all over the place. With that being said, sit down, grab some chicken wings, and let's press play on Mission Impossible Rogue Nation 2015. Now we start with Ethan on a plane trying to get this gas, paralyzing gas. It starts with the best stunt that Tom Cruise has ever done, I think. He hangs on a plane mid-air with just 3 cables holding him up. That's what makes it awesome. After he retrieves the gas, we are shown the villain of this movie, Solomon Lane. Born on a Monday. We love the previous films. We love Mission Impossible 3 and 4. Mission Impossible 3 had the better villain. Mission Impossible 4 had the better action scenes. But this movie combines both of them. Solomon Lane changes the game when it comes to villainry. He knows each step Ethan is going to take before he even takes it. He knows every detail of where the characters are going to end up, no matter what. Whether it's extra shooters, whether it's backup plans, this guy seems impossible. The guy who played him did a fantastic job of portraying the right villain for this movie, because he's part of a group called the Syndicate. And the Syndicate is basically a rogue nation, an anti-IMF. This was kept under wraps, and because the secrecy of the Syndicate, Alec Baldwin's character, Hunley, believes that Ethan is lying, and Ethan is out of his mind. And so the only way to solve this is to shut down the IMF, and of course, Ethan is on the run. How many times is he gonna be on the run or disavowed? I mean, you would think after that point you would just quit. I mean, he had his wife Julia. Honestly, this life does not seem worth it. And Brandt was hoping that he would return. Although I would have liked him be in this more, it made sense. Ethan is on the run, and Brandt is trying to be the voice of reason to get the IMF reinstated. And you can't have him do that while being on the run with Ethan. So he and Luther take a back seat, which is not really a back seat for Luther since he was barely in Ghost Protocol. So he has a more buffed up role. I wanted to see them in a movie. I'm not even playing. Just these two in a movie, because the way that they were playing off of each other was just comedic genius.
It's a high-speed chase. You just had to get the 4x4, didn't you?
Hey, look, don't blame me. You chose
You
the
just
car.
had to have it.
Look, you want me to drive? You want me to drive? Look at this. Look how slow you're going. Speed it up.
The heist part of this movie, which is in every Mission Impossible movie, this time retrieve a chip that on it has something to do with Solomon Lane that would reinstate the Syndicate and make their reach worldwide. So they need to retrieve and be able to unlock the drive. Benji, man, Benji, his character has more of a beefed up role. Like I said, don't you dare kill him off in this next movie. I will walk out the theater. What he has to do is he has to go into this circle of death filled with water. So he has to dive in there, replace a chip with another one that would scan Benji when he's walking through, because it was described that if you walk through this gate, they track your facial movements, your body movements, and if anything looks wrong or you don't walk the way that you usually walk, you get shot. It gave stakes and real weight to this problem, because man, once I was watching that scene, I was holding my breath with Tom Cruise, and let me tell you, it was uncomfortable. Before I talk about this next scene, I have to talk about how Ilsa Faust is portrayed in this movie. She is shown as to be part of the syndicate, or what it looks like, but then twist, she's actually British intelligence. But when Luther is trying to find Ethan and Benji, it's revealed she was disavowed. So we don't know her true intentions. Maybe she's on Ethan's side, maybe she's not. And that, I like that dynamic throughout the movie. But if I'm to be honest, I love Rebecca Ferguson. She is witty, she is great in this role, but when it comes to the previous movies, Jane, way better in my opinion. And I wish she would have came back, because most of the crew came back from that movie to this movie except her. I think she would have been amazing. It's not like you can't have two of them there. I mean, think about the fight scenes and banter between Jane and Ilsa. Now that would have been cool, but no, we don't know where she is. She is not one of those characters where Ethan has to save her. No, she can kick and does kick a whole lot of ass, and she does it beautifully. It's revealed that she betrayed Ethan, took the data chip or whatever was on the chip. What ensues is this beautifully filmed chase scene where Tom Cruise first is driving in a car, dodging these guys on motorcycles, and let me tell you, it was the most intense and one of the best chase scenes in this franchise, which is not saying much. But and then it escalates when Tom Cruise drives his car backwards off of a flight of stairs. So badass. And then it transitions to Ethan Hunt on a motorcycle. One thing that really sticks out to me from this movie is that Ethan Hunt doesn't really have a character arc in this movie. But in this movie, he doesn't really need one. He is simply there to take down the villain. And I think that might be his character arc, is him getting over that sometimes the people that he's dealing with are better than him. And then he tricks Lane to a face-to-face. And Ethan Hunt was able to trap Lane in the same box that he was in the first scene when they first met. And in conclusion, why this movie is so successful is that it takes the critiques of the last movies, which were few and far between, and either removes the problem or improves it exponentially. And that's what we love about this franchise, is because of how they keep reinvigorating, reinventing ways to get the audience enthralled with these characters. Not only just a fun summer blockbuster, but it's also one that raises the stakes, also adds complexity to these characters. And that's all we really want from action movies, is something fun, but also something to hold on to. After I'm done with this video, I'm gonna watch it again, because that's how much I love this movie. And that's why this movie deserves a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I didn't have enough time to really think and process the film in. I would have watched it a second time so that way I can really talk about the stuff, because I really want to talk about all of this stuff, because talking about movies is fun and it's something that I love to do. I love to talk about movies, and that's exactly why I made this channel. Hey man, can we just talk about that trailer? Because probably one of the best trailers in all of the Mission Impossible.
Play.
You want to bring down the syndicate?
How do you know we can trust her?
Benji, open the door!
Oh my God!
The other door!
Next week, we're going to talk about Fallout. And now I have more understanding of that film because, well, the first Mission Impossible I saw in theaters. And I'm going to have more to say. And man, I can't wait. So with that being said, guys, drink your water, be safe in these horrible times. Whip in the hand. Peace.